Chicago. And hey, we are here having a smashing Wednesday night. It is good to see you all. Me, I've been battling with that hot sauce, the COVID thing, Yeah, it's real and it's still out here, okay? Just so you know. So I've been under the weather in that way, so you haven't seen me as much, but I've been getting things done. And I've got some work coming up for you all on my other channel. Yeah, MOPOWERZ here on YOUTUBE tonight. So if you're one of those, night nocturnal people, stay up all night, burn ends of the candle, we got something for you. Yeah. So speaking of COVID and speaking of norovirus and just speaking of cold, okay? Here in Chicago, the weather has broke. It got a little bit warm today versus what it has been in the past. And we are grateful for that, okay? And while you're out there having sickness, make sure you stay away from elder relatives that, that's in your family. Your sickness can be very detrimental to them. And speaking of detrimental, for all of you potato chip lovers out there, just kicking things off, welcoming myself back to this LIVE, okay? But another detrimental thing is going on. Frito-Lay. Yeah, Frito-Lay, the potato chip people, they are recalling 13-ounce potato chip bags off the shelf. Why? Because they say that they may contain milk contamination. How do you get milk into potato chips? And they say that this is bad because the contamination that possibly is going on could actually kill some people, depending upon how their body is made up. They biological DNA may be allergic to milk, something to that effect. They say that your throat can swell up. They say that you can develop headaches. You can break out in hives. A lot of bodily changes when you have a foreign entity in your body that don't supposed to be there. I'm just saying. But potato chips, y'all better read what's on their packages. Y'all better read what's on their packages, because obviously what's in the chips can kill you. Damn. They already had a bad enough rap with the food coloring and stuff like that they put on these chips, right? The dye, which a lot of that has been recalled and banned here in the U.S. now, a couple of them, G-Man, what's popping? What city and state you from out there? Me, we here, Big Windy City, Chicago, where it always goes D-O-W-N. It always goes down here in Chicago. Yeah, even the Frito-Lay people here, okay? So if you have a 13-ounce bag recently purchased, and it has an expiration date, or it says its freshness is good up until February the 11th or 12th, make sure you take those chips back and get your money, okay? Don't take a chance on eating those chips, talking about you're going to sue, and you might die. The things we do for cash, okay? I'm just saying. So yeah, it makes you wonder when you go into that chip aisle now, what chips are contaminated or could be contaminated. And according to the company, Frito-Lay spokesperson say that no reports of patrons buying those chips have actually been sick. No cases reported. That's what they say. But they know something's wrong out there. And they say that they got this information from the inside of the company. So somebody knew something to get them chips off the line. But how do you get milk in chips? It's supposed to be potato and water. But who knows what you're getting when you're getting all those preservatives anyway, wrapped up in a bag, sitting up on the shelf for 3 months. I'm just saying, right? You never know what you're going to get. And your child may not know what they're getting, or you may not know what your child is getting at school. Who's that? Jess Carlos. What's poppin', man? Shout me out. What's up, Jess Carlos? Where you from, man? What city and state you from? IDC. What's IDC? I know IDK, I don't know, but where you from, man? Well, wherever you're from, Georgia. Ooh, got those Georgia people in the house. Bang, bang for Georgia. Yeah. I remember riding through Georgia one time. A couple of times, okay? Yeah. Anybody been over there to Lake Lanier? If you haven't been to Lake Lanier, go in Georgia. In fact about it, also, I was in Georgia when they had the Georgia Guidestones before some terrorists decided to blow it up, okay? And I call him a terrorist because he actually like bombed the thing, you know? The whole structure had to come down. But, you know, they say they don't know who put him there, but we know who put him there. I got to go, bro. Catch you live next. Okay, I appreciate it, man. Stop for dropping by. I want to thank you because you could have been doing something else, but you decided to stop out here to see what we had to say tonight on this LIVE. So I wish you safe travels to whatever you got to do, and I wish you well in your endeavors tonight. Thanks for stopping by, Jess Carlos. I'm just saying. Yeah. But getting back to what your children may not be getting in school. Yeah. And they get in Frito-Lays in school too, I'm just saying. But according to Fortune magazine, Fortune magazine, did you know that children are losing their ability or is not up to their ability when it comes to reading? They say that only 67% of 8th graders are just at the basic level of reading. Crazy. Now, they say that since the 90s, they've been testing students in schools in regards to their reading. And reading has just gone down the tank. I know that when I was in school, back in grammar school, we used to have the Iowa test, you know. You had math, arithmetic, and all these other different divisions of questions that you had to answer to see where your brain skill was at. And the dumbing down of the minds of children today, hey, just ask Fortune magazine. Why are you sending your children to school? In fact about it, this came out because, as you know, Donald Trump wants to gut the entire educational system anyway. And with these scores that they just came out with, the question becomes, should your child really be going to school anyway? This is what Donald Trump wants to put into your head. Could you imagine you having to homeschool your own child? I found that it would be a great thing. They might learn a little bit more, but you as the parent would have to do what? Learn more, structure more time for all of this to take place. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? Who's going to teach your child math? You send your children to strangers to learn because you're working all day. I feel you. They got us so tied up. Policies, laws, news, social media, Donald Trump, all of these crazy stunts and acts that's going on in the world. Yeah, you can pour that at every way. And you can't even focus yourself, let alone focus on trying to educate your child, but it is a good thing. Because they're really not learning according to the scores. That's what they say. And Donald Trump, like I say, he's ready to gut the educational system. Could you imagine What all of these school teachers gonna do if he decides to gut it or get away with gutting it and they approve it? What are these school teachers gonna do? Wow, a lot of people gonna be staying at home. I'm just saying. So all of that middle class stuff, because most of the teachers, like if you really look at it, the breakdown of it, most of them are Caucasian women, right? And they've been teaching children for years, okay? Centuries, okay? And you know what? Somebody gonna get mad about that house note in a minute if Donald Trump decides to gut the educational system. Could you imagine the burden that that's gonna bring on people financially? Damn. What would your child be without education today? Mine is a terrible thing to waste. Hell, talking about Donald Trump and waste? Look at those jobs. Donald Trump offered 2 million federal employees early resignation. Could you believe that? I'm going to say that again. Donald Trump offered 2 million federal employees an opportunity to resign early with 8 months of severance pay. Damn. Talking about a waste. Are we wasting money on federal jobs, Donald Trump? According to Donald Trump and Elon Musk, we are. They say we're wasting too much on education. We're wasting too much money on federal jobs. Do you think that Donald Trump is got some ulterior motive behind asking these people to resign? You have to ask yourself why. In fact about it, the move that he made is unprecedented. I've never seen a president or heard of a president in the United States asking people to resign with 8 months pay. How many more jobs is that? You got people at work talking about what they're gonna do. They add numbers up, Yeah, but they don't want to give up that job. They don't want to give up that position. They don't want to give up the status, I work for the federal government. Well, who is Donald Trump going to replace these people with, is the question. That's a pretty good question. Who is Donald Trump going to replace these people with who are going to resign early? Would you resign early if Donald Trump asked you to resign as a federal employee? I guess it would have to depend on how many years you've been there. Or are you tired of working? Or do you have enough to sustain you after those 8 months of paychecks go away? I'm just saying. Very, very critical question. Yeah. It's got to be a ploy, though, Anybody out there work for the federal government? I know it is. I know it is. And some of y'all back there right now tuning knobs. I just had to throw that in. I don't know who's back there, and I don't know what you're doing, okay? But I know what I'm doing right now. But yeah, but they do say that there's federal agents all over social media watching people who they got, marked, flagged, or whatever. I ain't doing nothing no way. So you can watch me all day, okay? Just make sure if you're going to mess with the dial, turn the dial up, okay? So I get some more views. I'm just saying. So Donald Trump, these jobs, how much will they save? What do these people do for health insurance? Is that included in the package? Is health insurance? Because many people, I'll tell you, I spoke to a lot of professional people and they told me that sometimes the only reason that they work is not to pay bills. It's to have health insurance. Now, could you imagine what your health insurance would be like if you retired before retirement age? And some of you all, that's federal employees, y'all been there 40 years, okay? It's time for y'all to go anyway. So maybe he do need some new blood in there, you know. I don't know what kind of blood, but he's trying to get some new blood in there. You never know who this character's going to put in there or what his ulterior motives are, that which he hasn't disclosed. But you think about that. The impact that it will have on American families, especially the middle class, which they say there is no more, but the middle class is still functioning and is still moving and is still going. It's just that they may be on the brink too. Yeah, they out here hurting too. According to Barack Obama, if you ain't making $250,000 a year, you're not middle income. I'm just saying. What do you think? Crazy, right? Like we got all of this craziness going on in Chicago. Excuse me. All of this craziness going on in the city of Chicago. People are dying left and right. Sorry about that. People are dying left and right. A prime example of this would be, you had 3 women in an alley, South Shore area, 7700 block of South Oglesby. They're in the alley at 4 in the morning. What is they doing in the alley 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning? Needless to say, somebody cut their electricity off. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, ladies. 2 of them shot dead in the head. And the third one was shot in the face and the chest. She was taken to the hospital. She survived the incident. But what are they doing on the street in an alley in Chicago at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? Can anybody explain that to me? And they say that these women were between the ages of 20 and 30. They have not came up with an exact age number of what they were, but between 20 and 30 years old. Now, I know a lot of bad things can immediately run through your mind as to answer the question as to why they were out there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning in an alley. The neighbors say they heard gunshots. Woke them up out there asleep. No one is in custody. Why are we shooting and killing women? What are these women doing in those alleys? Were they running tricks? Were they selling drugs? Were they trying to rob somebody? I don't know. Hey, women out here robbing people like crazy too. Yeah, they walk right up to you with the itchy and everything. Let me get all of that. Here in Chicago, just ask those train riders on the CTA how you have men and women that are together that's running these capers on the citizens of Chicago, taking your car. Even women doing carjackings right now. Ain't no telling what them women was doing. We don't know if they were strapped. However, the one that did survive ran to the neighbor's door. She didn't have no coat on. She was full of blood. I'm just saying. Gotta be careful in these streets. Anybody can get it in these streets. Even an 80-year-old man was gunned down in his car, broad daylight, 10 o'clock in the morning, on 90th near Loomis. Yeah, right at Loomis. 90th and Loomis. 80 years old, minding his own business. What did someone do? drove right up and opened up the cannon. Chaka, chaka. Killing the 80-year-old man. Who in their right frame of mind goes around shooting and killing elderly people? You don't get no points for that. You don't get no points for that. You don't get no points for really killing anybody if you not plugged up in one of those gang affiliations. And even then, they really don't get no credit. They just get used like suckers. Yeah, go kill somebody so you can get initiated. Crazy. Would you kill somebody to get into a gang? Would you go, even without being a gang member, go up and shoot an 80-year-old man? Shoot him down to his ground, Yeah, shoot him down to his ground. Because that's exactly where he went. Put the man in the ground. Wasn't bothering nobody. City is outrageous here. Not to mention you got ice on top of it. Yeah, we'll get to ice in a minute. But then you have another shooting. Tell you how crazy it gets now. You have another shooting here on the west side of Chicago on the 4700 block of West Flournoy. That's right off of Cicero and Flournoy, where those travelers be at, Yeah, T-Fly boys over there. According to the reports, they say a man and a woman had got into an altercation with some unknown males. They got in their car, but the young males came back around in another vehicle and shot up the car, shooting the man and the woman multiple times. Multiple times. The woman got hit all in her legs, in her back, in her wrists, in her pinky. The guy, he was just shot all over in the side. If you go and you see that story, you will see all of the bullet holes that was left in that car on the driver's side. Tried to kill them over some altercation. I don't know why those people who got in their car didn't drive off. When you just get into an altercation with someone in the city of Chicago and you don't know who they are, you need to get in your car and leave the area. Because if they did do that, they would possibly have not drove themselves to the hospital. According to the reports, these people were shot multiple times and drove themselves to the hospital. And they lived. And they lived. But guess what? No one has been arrested. No one is in custody. That seems to be the order of the day. No one in custody for the shooting and killing of anybody. Yeah. Now, for the most part, you have a lot of robbers who get caught. Okay, dummies. Yeah, when you look up, the Chicago dummies, that's what I call them. You look up under, the police reports, the public records, and you see all of the people that was booked that night on what charges or why they there, And a lot of them are there for robbery. Robbery and drugs. You got some murderers out there, and some have been apprehended, but not lately. Not these people that's just going around shooting people. No, they even just shot some. Look, you go to a cemetery to go and view people that you're placing in the ground at a funeral, or you're going there to visit a grave site, right? But who's that out there? Lee Jones, what's going on? Yeah, they crazy? That's what's up. Where you from? Lee Jones, what city and state? We coming from the Big Windy, Chi-Town, aka Chirac. Yeah, it's crazy out here. But needless to say, the cemetery thing. 2 men gunned down in the cemetery. Evergreen Park Cemetery on the south side here in Chicago. There's nowhere safe. They just caught the guy from Gary, Indiana, who shot a woman months ago. Good. Good. He needs to be caught, apprehended, and throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Shooting a woman. Come on. Hey, you got this one guy. I've got to do this story a couple of days ago. But you had this one guy in Chicago talking about shooting women now. They asked him the question, why did you stop? He said no, let me get it right. This man shot his girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend or his girlfriend, okay? His ex-girlfriend. He showed up at her job one day unexpectedly or something, but he saw her eating with another man. Obviously, she let him go. I think she was 41 years old and he was 27, something like that. Yeah, and he just shot the woman until he emptied out. You understand? He said he only stopped shooting her because he ran out of bullets. Jeez. Y'all better stop making these men mad out here. Could you imagine that? Y'all have to excuse me once again with this recovering from this COVID. Sorry about the interruptions. But could you imagine somebody stop shooting you because they say they ran out of bullets? And this is your ex. Or could be your present. They don't care right now. Anybody can get it. But when you go that far on the deep end for some coochie, I would have to question your mental state of being. Huh? So he gave up his freedom for some woman. Not smart. Box of rocks, man. That's exactly what he did. 27 years old. Throw his life away. Now this is the kicker to it. His ex that he was jealous of that was seeing another man, he shot her until he ran out of bullets, but she lived. He's done. He's done. Box of rocks, man. There are many women out here for that. Yeah, it's too many women out here for that. You want to sell your life for the box. Is the box that good? I mean, does she give you good mushroom tip jobs or something? I mean, what's up, Nino? I'm just saying. Yeah, laughing makes me cough sometimes. Crazy. How many of you all would give up your freedom for a woman? How many of you all would go shoot somebody or stab somebody or physically harm someone over the box? Something that belongs to another part of a body that's someone else's body, not your body. That box is on that woman. It's not on you. Damn. Man, y'all making us look bad out here. Killing over a box. You know how many, the percentage of women it is to men out here? It's like 10 women to 1 man. And that has even risen higher. Seeing that people are dying every day. People getting strung out more on drugs every day. People going to jail every day. People going to prison every day. There's a difference between jail and prison. I'm just saying. Either way, there's too many women out here. And if you're a good dude, let's just hope you get a good girl. Because all of these women ain't good out here. Not at all. So you be careful. Because they looking for the prey too. Yeah, women out here looking for prey too. Yeah. How they can swallow you up like man eaters, Yeah, you got man eaters out here. Young men need OGs like you to school them so they live a long life and free. Gratitude. I tip my hat to you, Lee Jones, for stopping by and participating in the chat here on THEMOSHOW Chicago on this LIVE. I appreciate you. Without you all, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be happening because I wouldn't be talking to nobody in the chat room, okay? So give yourselves a round of applause, okay? But I appreciate that comment. I'm a refugee from Dalton, Illinois. Oh, damn, you out there in Dalton. How do you like it in Dalton? How you like it in Dalton? Dalton is more, yeah, Dalton's way out there in the south. Like, you in the 200s, you're in the 178s, you're in the 190s. Yeah, I know about Dalton. It's decent out there. How long you been here? No, I was. Oh, 30 years ago. Oh, 30 years ago, yeah. Dalton's still decent. Had to leave. Hey, sometimes we all gotta go, you know what I'm saying? Gotta go, you know? But whatever your reasons were for going, you know, I want to thank you for being here, okay? Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your co-workers about THEMOSHOW Chicago. And if you are an OG out there like myself, you need to make it your business to speak to young people like Lee Jones just said. Go out there and talk to them young boys if you can. Sometimes they don't want to hear it. But maybe you can talk to your nephew, your little cousin, even your son. Yeah. OGs. We need more OGs out here to help do what? Possibly prevent another life from going to jail, prison, or possibly losing their life. Because it's crazy out here. You see all these people dead in Chicago? How many people did I call off? It's endless. This is every day. Every day. And like I said, we even got ICE on top of it. I mean, ICE going out there crazy too. Yeah, they even smashing people windshields, car windows, snatching them out, you know. Hey, ICE is going through measures that they feel that they have to go through because a lot of these people are violent criminals, murderers. They don't know who they are approaching. It can be a quiet little lady, but walking with a big stick, you don't know what that lady got. You even got women killing women, women shooting women, women stabbing women, right here in Chicago. This place should be called the Death Trap. I'm just saying. The Death Trap. Do you live in one of those cities where everybody is just getting robbed, killed, carjacked, mugged? And not just from the immigrants. But I'm glad to see them go, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see them go because a lot of them were making ruckus here in America. That's not even up for debate, okay? It's not even up for debate. But they got a place for them. Guantanamo Bay over there in Cuba. Yeah, you know the Navy base, the U.S. Navy base, a.k.a. Terrorist Detention Center. Yeah. 30,000 beds. They placing these violent offenders that are immigrants that's taking them to Guantanamo Bay. They're not worried about how long they're going to keep them either. President Trump making a budget for that right now, okay? Get them off the street, deport them back to Ecuador, Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela. Like I say, some countries don't even want them back. They don't want them back. But needless to say, Trump is getting that done. And if you got friends that are legal immigrants, you may find them in Guantanamo Bay. Hopefully you won't, because those are the worst of the worst, according to the reports. So if you know those people, that means you probably just as worse as them, and you should be where they at. Good time and Bay, I'm just saying. But anyway, you all, we got more work to do here tonight on my other channel, MOPOWERZ. And if you haven't been over there, by all means, go check out that audio series that we all have over there. We have As a Man Thinketh, Message to the Black Man of America, The Fall of America, The Chronological Order of Alchemy to Wicca, Black Man of the Nile and His Family, The Destruction of Black Civilization, From Babylon to Timbuktu. All of these are audio book series with graphics, effects, images. Hard part is already done for you. And we got more audio books coming up on that channel. And right now, we have a visual series going on entitled From Niggas to Gods with Minister Louis Farrakhan. So if you haven't been over there, go over there. And when you go over there, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, the word all, and that bell. Yeah, you know, the little bell, to help ensure that you get notifications when I upload videos on YOUTUBE. And if you're into comedy, hip-hop, spoken word, old school gangster rap, old school hip-hop, old school Chicago underground music, go to my other channel, THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE. We're sure there's something over there that will catch your interest. And do the same. Like, share, subscribe. 100. Don't cost you one red penny. Just push the button. Subscribe. That's all I ask you to do. If you want to support this channel, if you want to support any of my channels that I just spoke to you about, just press the subscribe button. Play a video or two, you know. That's how you can support me, okay? And I thank you in advance. In advance, I'm sorry about that. And before we leave, one more thing. I'm partaking in another podcast. Yeah, Galactic Boy Entertainment, Ooga Booga Radio, here on YOUTUBE. So if you haven't went over to Galactic Boy Entertainment, go over there. We already started. We got so many things going on over there. Not to mention what we've done upstairs to the place and downstairs to the place. We've been busy, even with the COVID, okay? Just got to keep doing what you got to do, okay? So if you haven't went over there, go check that channel out as well. Galactic Boy Entertainment. And we got independent movies over there as well, too. Yes, Chicago homemade independent movies. I want to thank you all for viewing. I want you to leave all your comments in the comment section. And thank you all once again for viewing, because you could have been somewhere else doing something else with someone else, but you decided to stop here to see what we were talking about. So I want to thank you for that. Peace out, you all. I got to get out of here and get working on some more material, but I want to thank you. And by all means, never, ever give up on your DREAMS. Peace out, you all.